and welcome back to VFW Hip Pocket Training. My name is Rebecca Owens, and I'm an appeals consultant with the VFW National Veterans Service. With me here today is Gerardo Vargas, one of our special assistants for quality assurance. In this session, we will discuss some of the most common VA forms that you may come across when filing your claims for VA benefits with the Department of Veterans Affairs, the power of attorney form, and the intent to file.
The first form we are going to talk about today is the VA Form 2122, commonly known as the power of attorney form. Don't worry though, this form will not allow us to buy a car in your name or access any of your bank accounts. It simply tells the VA that the VFW is authorized to access your claim file and talk to them on your behalf. When you take a look at the VA Form 2122, you will see the several boxes that need to be filled out in order for the form to be valid. First, you have the top area, which includes the veteran's name, VA file number, and the name of the organization that will be representing you. Don't worry, if you don't know the name of the file number, your accredited VFW Service Officer can help you with that. Let's go ahead and skip to the next two boxes, as these need to be filled out by any accredited representative, and go to block 4 through 11. These boxes are your basic demographic information such as your name, address, phone number, and email address. For block 5, which asks for your insurance number, only fill it out once you have received an insurance policy from the VA. Otherwise, just leave it blank. Moving on, let's discuss field 12, 13, and 14. These sections may look a little confusing, but they are actually pretty simple. Block 12 authorizes the VFW to view your claim file in its entirety with no restrictions. If you are hesitant and don't want your service officer to know your entire medical history, you have the option to not check the box and determine the limitations in box 13. However, please be aware that if you have restricted access to your claim file, the VFW will not accept you as a client, as we need access to your entire record in order to provide proper guidance and representation. Next, let's take a look at block 14, which authorizes the VFW to change your address. Once again, I must stress that only this allows us to update the VA record and doesn't allow us to change your address with other agencies besides the Department of Veterans Affairs. I recommend that you check this box, as it will allow your representative to easily update your record for you in the event that your address changes. The last thing you need to complete on this form is block 15 and 16. Everything else on this form will be filled out by your accredited service officer or VA. Once this form is completed and accepted by the VFW and VA, any accredited and professionally trained VFW service officer will be able to access your record and assist you with your claim.
The next form we will discuss today is VA Form 210966, the intent to file form. This form is used to inform the VA that you will be filing a claim for benefits within 1 year. When you submit this form, VA will place a digital bookmark in your file that preserves the effective date of the claim. Now you may be asking yourself, why is the effective date so important? Well, let's do a little example here to illustrate this. Say you're a veteran that decided to file a claim on August 16, 2016. You visit your service officer and determined that you should submit an intent to file because you weren't quite sure what you wanted to file for yet, and you still wanted to get some medical records together before filing. A few months go by, and on December 3, 2016, you finished up the paperwork you filed for your claim. When the VA decides your claim, the effective date would be August 16, 2016. Which means your retroactive benefits would go all the way back to this date, if the claim was granted. Had you not filed the intent to file form, your effective date would be December 3rd, and you would have missed out on several months' worth of benefits.
Now that we know why to use the intent to file form, let's take a look at the form itself. The intent to file form is broken up into 3 main sections: identification, general benefit election, and declaration of intent. In the identification section, you will need to fill out each field with your demographic information. If you are not the veteran, you will need to put your name in the claimant section and then fill out the veteran's information in the subsequent fields. If you are the veteran, you do not need to fill out both the claimant and veteran name fields, only the one marked claimant. Section 2 of the intent to file form asks what benefit you are filing for. If you are the veteran filing for benefits, You can select compensation, pension, or both. If you are a surviving dependent of a veteran, you will check the box labeled survivor's pension and/or dependency and indemnity compensation box. Once you have completed the first two sections, all you need to do is sign and date the form in section 3 and then get it turned into VA. Your VFW service officer can help you with this. Remember though, once your intent to file is turned in, you only have 1 year to submit your formal application for benefits. Otherwise, you lose your effective date.
You may have noticed that we haven't discussed the actual application for VA benefits, VA Form 526, and there's a reason for this. The 526 is a 6-page detailed form on which you formally apply for your VA benefits. As you may have noticed, the purpose of VFW Hip Pocket Training is to make VA benefits approachable and to teach you how to process the works in a very simple format. There's honestly nothing simple about VA Form 526. This is where your accredited VFW service officer can help you. Can you fill it out on your own? Of course you can. That's your right as a veteran, and the preceding 4 pages of the instructions attached to the 526 can help you. But much like filing your taxes or purchasing a home, we recommend that you let our cadre of trained professionals handle the complicated paperwork. We see this every day, and our job is to make this process as painless as possible for you. But if you really want to see the form, it can be found on VA's website.
We hope today's session helped to explain some of the VA forms that are needed for a successful claim, as well as how each form is used. In future sessions, we plan to discuss the different types of evidence that may be required for your claim, what to expect when you receive your VA notification letter, and how to understand VA math. As always, we strongly recommend that you contact an accredited VFW service officer once you have decided to file a claim for benefits. Thanks for watching today, and be sure to visit our website, www.vfw.org/NVS, for additional information regarding your VA benefits, how the VFW can help you navigate the claims, and how to find an accredited service officer in your area.